get any better than this? The first match of Masters Santiago. Gentlemates versus EDG. A first-time matchup, but players who are so familiar with what each and every one of them are capable of. And here's the series layout sideshow. This is going to be a brawl.
In the mind state of, oh, we are peaking at the right moment. We've been on a run. We have the confidence going into this.
All right, there you can see Kong busting out that chamber as we talked about CB on the neon when those signs flip.
A return from like championship players. Where are you going?
Insane to have that draw in the opening match here. Obviously with Gentlemates, the journey they've been on. This is effectively now the next step in the redemption arc for somebody like Starzo. And also further validation of this team in the form of Gentlemates. Difference here, but also two very different play styles.
Yeah, and I really want to touch on that, and I think even the desk kind of alluding to the difference on the attacking side and how we're going to see this kind of play throughout, but already Beepo willing to take those first steps, mates on the attack, and EDG will be on the defense. Kong played in well as Beepo already down.
Martin elsewhere, trying to find a little space towards B, but then the first blood engagement firmly in control of EDG. Nobody's actually found Martin as well. Mini trying to find something into the front of sight here. Mate's already going to be called upon in terms of recovery here. Chichu getting very interested.
They've got numbers to play with and a real tone to set in my mind. As Mini's looking for opportunities. Yes, the front line of Martin's a thriller to look at, but Mini did do some incredible work. So far, though, EDG handling this very well. Starzo, that's not impossible. Nobody's really low. They're trying to stay stacked up here. Whoa.
Big 4K from Nobody here, holding down the fort. And again, look for Mace to do this. Their attacking side is all around disruption. The ability for Martin to find space elsewhere on the map, be it on the back of a TP or actually quite often lurking, inserting himself into space, because one thing Mates have done fantastically well domestically is read the map.
But I think domestic is something we'll come back to throughout this series, is does it translate to stage? We saw the highs of Martin in especially 2 series, you could say. It had been a decent run from him even outside of that. But we've also seen the lows of Martin as well, and what then becomes of Mates without him. Same to be said of EDG without Kong. However, we'll find out those answers throughout the series as Kong still up for a bit of a brawl and takes Martin down very low.
Yeah, that's HP does actually have a scope in hand though, so Martin certainly will be trying to get something done. We'll actually cycle out to Beepo here.
I like the re-clear as well.
Elsewhere, Mini hasn't made progress here, but EDG very paranoid that Mates are going to sit behind this.
I'm surprised that it's taken this long to find a reaction, but I guess with that neon, they can just kind of throw CB over there if they feel necessary. But this will be down to just Smoggy. Can he handle what's coming his way? They are only on pistols. There is going to be that outlaw with Beepo, do you remember? But Smoggy willing to posture up, man. And again, look at the garage slip as well. That's Mini trying to find a little bit of backline pressure. Isolating the fight on the C site with just 2 there now. It gets a bit dangerous. It's still way better weaponry. Still got shields. Still got, well, I was going to say util. Not too much of that left.
Kong's got to be careful. He looks like he wants to try and clear in.
Oh,
he's actually shut down. Mini.
No!
Starzo's found one as well.
Oh my word, is this really the answer? Back a little slow, a little behind the curve, EDG. Did you think you could hold it all yourself on that site? But still, no plant yet. Still 2 players alive. CB one of them, and Chichu the other. Overwhelmed. Gentlemates, is this how you're really going to set things off? 1-1, instantly answering back.
Then early on pushed into recovery mode, and a round 2 flip has got to feel fantastic for Gentlemates.
And I just have to highlight that wasn't just the Martin show. The start of things, he was already taken down low by Kong, that lovely little tag at the beginning, cycling it out, really good mental work, heading towards that C site, just figuring out that next path.
Credit in that regard to Mini, who again finds himself in these sorts of positions to find impact. I wonder now if EDG was rattled a little bit by that round 2, but 3-player stack here towards C, and Gentlemates, no secrets about this on the way in.
Yeah, they're pretty direct in this one, and Starzo going to continue on. This is a very light reinvestment from EDG, so you're looking at maybe Kong doing a bit of damage, maybe with the Headhunter here, but otherwise it's a Sheriff and a Stinger, so any more would be great, but they're being really robust with this. Not going to let too many issues start to compile. Ult there for Mini as well, so that should be in the pocket if necessary. going forward. Starzo, though, willing to go for a bit of a hunt here. Oh, I think they'll try.
Confidence here in the anti-eco as well is key for me. Gentlemates not straying away from what's worked for them previously. That's what we'll see coming up against a big name, big players on the other side of the scoreboard. Certainly a positive.
And I just didn't think that was going to translate so early from what we saw in EMEA. If I'm honest, I thought this could be a really big half for EDG to kind of be like, look, yeah, it's all cool that you guys did that regionally. It's not going to work here.
Well, in terms of this sort of pacing, I'm more concerned about EDG's second half. They're touching on this, but
entries,
Kung is going to struggle massively. They can't really keep things in check in the next few rounds here on their defensive side. Nate's now switching things up. We'll take comfortable control of A-Long immediately here.
See how they work the map. And something, again, I think Sideshow was kind of alluding to was also the tempo that we've seen the mates play with, that kind of very high tempo, very fast pace, high pressure, but they can sit back into a slower pace as well, kind of really play and toy with those expectations.
Nobody's still going to invest in the drone here. Again, EDG paranoid that there is pressure behind this initial probe towards Long, but Mini and Glyph elsewhere.
Oh, lovely adaptation. Smoggy. Right, we saw this late pivot towards C. There wasn't the same re-clear on A. Look at this. EDG are lapping this one up. So Mini once again gets to slip. He spotted Chichu for sure, but does he think about Smoggy? No. The plant's on A. They're going to be in a post plant for V5.
We'll be conscious here actually already. CB very close in the backlines here. Glyph now turning his attention, but he'll be able to slip into sewers here in a comfortable post plant setup for mates.
Let's see, okay, Paranoia finds nothing, so still very much shouldering up on CT. Good trades from EDG, and a better follow-up from Nobody. Takes away Starzo, and EDG clearing house. That was a clean as hell retake.
Credit in that regard to actually back away from A, respecting this pressure that's building towards C. EDG barely break a sweat there in the retake. Mates really forced off some of these early angles, but I'm not entirely sure how Smoggy or Chichu got this first one seemingly for free ahead of, yeah, right here onto Beepo. Maybe looking to catch somebody in the trap outside CT, but doesn't amount to anything here.
Well, we're seeing the strengths from both of these. Some of that, I just love seeing that experience from EDG, just calm on that retake. Even with the Paranoia finding nothing, maybe a little overstep from mates, as you said, trying to find something on that CT side. But as we go back in, full buy for both sides. A couple of ults starting to come through. Nobody has his, but Kung taking a walk. There's some of the util. Mini can be trying to at least keep some notice that there is presence here, but Kung finally forced away.
Key to remove some of that comfort from Mini as well, in terms of not allowing him to lurk around. No ping there. No ping there, Martin slipping.
This could be a hell of a way to open it up, but that wasn't clean enough, and you don't get away with stuff like that against EDG. We can make something of this still. 3 players on the A site. That's a lot of bodies to try and get through, and mates are having none of it. They're on the run.
We'll try and get ahead of Smoggy here in transition. Again, still a bit of a gap to close. Rotation coming through from EDG, but
Smoggy's
on site here. Smoggy's TP'd across.
He has. Hunter's Fury coming in as well. Starzo having to dip, dodge, and dive between all of this, but they're playing the cards close to the chest. CB's here as well. And that's going to give away a little bit of the game, and they're going to try and clear back sight. EDG once again having none of it, but Beepo coming alive, securing at least a plant now.
Just down to Chichu. A clean plant here, and he's got the camera set up as well.
Spotted him. Chichu's got to go big. It ain't going to happen. Mates with a lovely pivot there.
You get ahead of the rotation here, and initially it looks like they're going to fall short once more on the site, but Beepo finding 2 crucial kills here to guarantee the plant, put them at an advantage here in terms of numbers.
Oh, he did well there on that follow-up, didn't he?
It'll be a little frustrating again, because I'm expecting mates to clear back. So as soon as the Paranoia comes through, there's a Hunter's Fury from spawn. You've got solid information on 2 people. Nobody really oversteps the mark. Great work from Gentlemates once more. Yeah, Kung, tour de force in hand now. Smoggy going to feel the heat once more in the early round.
He's been put through his paces so far, hasn't he? Still got the Paranoia. Guardian is all he's got to play with, and they are close in that smoke. Looks like it's going to be a burst towards backside. He is going to be caught in that stun, though. Smoggy, do you get to live? Do you get to keep your life? CB is going to be trying to fight for you. Mates just scaling up a little carefully here, but backside is no longer safe.
Jishu's stacked up, though. I'll sit and wait this one now. That's just shocked off. Gonna land onto Smoggy.
Okay, the captain making it look casual as Mates handling EDG so easily.
Another situation now where they're catching players in rotation. EDG just throw bodies towards site. Mini capitalizes once more from Garage, and Mates call the freeze.
God, and look at the paranoia in Chichu's head. He's like, well, they're not here. They're not gone for the plant. Have they slipped Garage? Are they trying B? Okay, I've seen him again, but now I can't do much to deny this. Nice pickup on a kill, but the trade comes in instantaneous. So going to spread the wealth and try and get Martin ready with that ult as soon as possible. Kung Kung, once upon a time, I'd be paying attention now. I'd be like, well, there is a chance. There's a reason this man will always command our attention. I've seen things on this site. But right now, need a miracle.
Recon will go up. Stall Kung Kung a little further.
Nice
now with the
tough.
star gun up. Yeah, there's no way he's digging all three out here.
He might get one, maybe a second if the gods are favorable, but Kung Kung, he knows the win cons are just not there, mate. Mike, it's that slip from Mini. It's that really diligent, clear backside on Smoggy. We're seeing some good signs here.
And another thing that Mates are good at, we talk about this time and time again in the EMEA. Mini will find a kill. Mates are happy to just cut sound, sit, and allow that paranoia to build. They're always looking to catch people in transition. Never want to hit these sites where somebody's comfortably tucked in. EDG actually forced into a very early timeout here. Team versus Kung Kung, but here on Haven, I think it's more about the macro that Mates are going to employ that EDG are going to struggle massively with. They don't have enough tools to take the initiative, be decisive here, unless it's Kung Kung swinging left, right, and center and finding kills, which again is the recipe that's worked historically for EDG.
God, is that what we're banking on? It feels sketchy as hell, doesn't it? But warded away. CB not going to get what he wanted at the start there, or uncollected. But Kung Kung trying to be the difference maker.
No check on the cam yet.
He's found a little bit of room. And it's going to be held in place for now. And he's going to be rewarded!
Well, there you go.
Deadly as ever! You summon him to it, and he gets you out of danger, but still, can they still make anything else happen? You're looking at Beepo's progress here. He's got freedom. He doesn't know how much yet.
Does he get ahead of Kung Kung at this angle, though? Still a little cautious in approach.
X-Factor player, man. Ooh, dealt with great from Beepo there. Good timing. And again, the composure for Mates is solid. Looking at EDG, though, still going to have the Sheriffs here, so a decent amount of threat could be potentially spurred on, but Martin wants to invest behind this, wants to ensure they have something for safety on this post plant.
Have a TP to safety as well, so the plant's going to be open. Of course, further issues for EDG. Information firmly in Gentlemate's hands here, especially with the neural theft going through.
That. Because you saw that break on the trip behind, so it could have added that additional layer of paranoia, but instantly quelled.
Smoggy going to try and smoke across here.
Retake was good before.
These weapons.
It's a lot to ask, isn't it? Especially if Mini's having a game. And really, they're just not getting play here. Struggling to find the pixels on the other side. Tap on the spike, gonna try and call in command. Someone to react, it's all too simple. Mates with a little bit of a moment there from Kung Kung, but there was no further threat.
Definitely, and what was I saying before, what's the adjustment, right? Kung Kung starts walking mid, starts swinging C-long, or A-long even. But here, it's another example of why Mates are so good in terms of converting. This is 2 free kills, right?
Yes.
Gets back, TP's away. Yes, it's an anti-eco, but numbers firmly favoring EDG. And even on buy rounds, that's why Mates are so good at flipping disadvantages. Their freezes, their mid-rounding has just been sublime.
Buy back in, operator in. This could be the X factor. I'm pretty sure Kung Kung caught maybe a pixel then on the jump spot. See how long he stays posted on this one. But for Mates, they've got to be reading the economy, understanding there's
absolutely.
a high chance this is in effect. What's the plan? It's looking like pressure B. It feels simplistic, but it feels like maybe the right option. Do they split Garage? Can Chichu handle what's coming his way? Mini on the shoulder. Gonna catch the first glimpse. Can he stall this out?
Martin's just going to TP in. It's a free plant here. They're going to be able to reset as well. No pressure into the back lines.
And Starzo. I like this. How late does he play it? You can see Smoggy's consideration. He's worried about this. Even a deeper flank from Mini. They're leaving it quite light on the B site. This could be a bit sketchy, but hard to play retake with that operator. Martin, there he is. That's what you don't want to see here for an EDG fan, is him starting to come online. Can Mate still hold this down? I think they can. Look at Mini in the checkmate position. If anything gets deadly, he can swing in. They may be aware of it, but they can't clear it, and they know that now.
Again, reading this perfectly. The operator's on the table. They're stacking bodies to help Kong Kong. He's not there to solo anchor. And Garage is just wide open. Mates running away with the space again.
I have to say, look, as much as a lot of the praise can be put elsewhere when it comes to the kills and the flashiness about it and how it works out, these calls and these considerations are great. I want to look at Starzo for that one as well. I want to put that in towards his hands. I mean, okay. Oh,
yeah. I mean, again, these are the other variables. It's like you get rounds where, okay, we just can't play.
Yeah.
What do we do?
We're out. Yeah. Okay, glass cannon. They're trying to get this one going, right? They're trying to get anything.
Finances are shattered. CB's down on the judge. There's ultimates here to play with, yes, but this time around, Kong Kong will switch things up towards C. Get a good read here with the pit being invested outside. This time around, CB tasked with holding down the fort. You can see the ping's actually over towards behind window on the back of B's side. So curious as to what the plan is here for Mates.
Well, isn't it? Because you kind of want to try and find Kong Kong, but he finds you first. People are going to know that. Now with a man to the good, can they keep control here? Again, disadvantages seem to be where Mates can thrive. Now they're going to note the judge as well, I'm pretty sure. Ooh, big chip damage, unconfirmed. That's huge. Big damage on CB, so that's a bit rough for him, but they can reset here. Still about 50 seconds. And they're looking like they want to maybe shift away from where they saw that operator.
They have a little bit of space towards A, but certainly still guarded here by EDG.
Wow.
Nobody wide on that jump.
Yeah, got a little sketchy. Smoggy is posted up. Oh my god, the timing, bro. Even the audience felt that one. But Mate's close by, looking like a little bit of a pop on this. Can they hold from the side? EDG looking to try and create these crossfires, but he still create a bit of a problem. Martin's already taking down nobody. Smoggy is in a whole lot of trouble here. How is he alive still? Kept alive by a couple of smokes. A little bit of a shift through towards backside by Chichu. Can he alleviate that pressure? No! Glyph with it. And now Smoggy in response, still trying to hold a corner. Play something in, but Mate's still trading in well. Plant should be up, but look at CB. It's an operator, though. He's had to pop the ult. He has to try and do damage. Kong Kong is still held back by the divide. Mini denies again. Kong Kong, you got a 1v3 in front of you once more.
Just no way back in here behind the divide. Again, if CB potentially finds a kill, he's traded so quickly. And Kong Kong still out of the round. Has to hold on to this now. As you said, the glass cannon in round 9.
God, it starts feeling like a poison chalice as well. Just always wanting to save it, keep it, try and build around it, do what you can with it. And it has bailed them out regionally, I'd say, but here, man, Mates seem to just have great reads, even in the disadvantage after that opening pick.
Well,
they still figure it out.
Even if Gentlemates decide to hit the site that Kong Kong's on, the way that Bifo and Martin have been playing, you've got to argue they're going to be well equipped to get themselves at least into a favorable trade or get themselves onto site still. Beautiful shot here to obviously open things up. But again, it's the solid mid-rounding here. Put themselves into a 4v2 effectively to take the A site. And then they freeze behind the orb. It's Smoggy's stuck in the worst position possible, just banking on the smokes lasting. Yeah, very concerned. A 5-round gap, and honestly, not many positives for EDG to really pin their hopes to. Again, they're stacking bodies behind this operator once more. Can Mates figure out what's going on in this round?
It seems so similar, doesn't it? The additional adjustment being Bipo's position, maybe? Dedicated and kind of tucked in towards Suo, while we've still got this consideration on the B approach. Waiting stacked up in case there was that operator. Not to be the case. So they've already got past the first hurdle. They've left Kong Kong on the other side of the map, posted down A long. Bipo is a checkmate to that, though. That's an issue they're going to have to deal with that they don't know about. Information coming towards the B site. How does EDG prepare themselves?
Nobody really holding down front side of site, but Get with Chichu on a sheriff. You don't expect him really to be posted up. Smokes will lay up. Nobody actually in a chunk there off the shock dart. Down to 54 HP now. Kang still cautious yet. He's outside here. Beepo's actually behind him as well.
Ooh, nice shot.
Well,
but there's more. There's so many more, right? They were so scaled up behind that, so they're able to trade in. Chichu is doing seriously well here, making something out of nothing, and maybe there's still a chance. Bullet to the back as EDG still hold the numbers. Martin and Glyph, can you navigate it somehow? You've got problems on the site. Nobody's still here. It's all down to one. Martin wants to plan. He can't get away. EDG scrapping for just a round.
This time, well equipped to greet that mid-round. The pivot elsewhere with Kang. I was hoping maybe it'd go a little deeper towards lobby, but actually able to hold his position here. Catches Beepo at that crucial moment of the round where somebody slips forward from mates.
Oh, Chichu's done well there.
How did the snakebite kill come through? Oh, okay, so yes, it was a tag and then he obviously finished off. So a response found here in round 10. He's back at, well, some sort of buffer for the final 2 rounds here in terms of the finances. Nobody in Smoggy with ults to play with. Side of mates.
Ooh, they're challenging.
Hang on.
They're actually going to Kang this time. Normally he hasn't had this level of play. It's just not been going his side. Nobody. He got a couple of tags off that potentially, but Kang's still on patrol. Yeah, that's not able.
The longest arms I've ever seen. How did he get the smite there?
I have no clue. And Beepo again left a little alone, but doesn't get cleared by the owl drone. So does he get left to work? Yeah, he does, but he fails. CB's got him. That's a big hold towards the A site. And they're going back towards him. Kang going to bow out of it, play it safe.
Now they're reading this as mates pivoting elsewhere on the map, so
conditioned.
Conceding this A site for the time being. Kang still on a very deep angle. I think he's holding probably towards the backside of default. Mates will have an opportunity here.
3v5. I mean, Martin maybe gets his ult. If they even get that far. Kang's close. CB might swing on... Actually, no, playing it really cautiously because they've still got Kang. Keeping eyes on. It's down to 2. Martin and his ult. Might be the only saving grace they have, and it's read so well! You've seen this man work, and you'll see it again. Oh, he's feeling himself! Putting on a show! EDG with a little bit of a reminder of what that man can do.
Again, the sort of round you never want to see EDG bank on, but they certainly have as an ace up the sleeve time and time again. Unfortunately, no coverage towards heaven here, and Kang just runs away with it.
Audacious work.
Let's go! Somehow now on the brink of potentially a 7-5 half. Gaps in the purchase here for mates. But plenty of ults to work with. Might just be a lifeline in terms of coming into the second half here, and EDG having a little bit of momentum. Finally.
It's a heartbeat. I'll take that. It felt dreary, but spotted early. Does Kang get to live? Tagged up. Huge info. Kang on the run. He's being hunted down. Stars are going to get Chichu. Kang stays alive on 25 HP, but plays from CT. Taken sight. Big tempo shift here from Gentlemate. Glyph takes away Kang. Spots out more. They're down to only 3.
Go, go, go.
He'll be trying to get past this trip now, but against so many bodies looking his way.
Just sheer numbers, sheer force. Nobody in Smoggy. This is more than uphill. There's an army in the way. I don't think they're going to make it through that choke point. Yeah, they're absolutely not. They are dead to rights. Mates answer back with a flawless round, establishing a clean scoreline.
Again, another example of the turn of pace that just suits them so well to secure this 8-4 half. Again, Martin is always on point with these TPs. Even if somebody's challenging A long, they're still happy to dig their heels in, basically fight ahead of the execution. So I'm very concerned now. You could argue, yes, a little bit of momentum building, but that round 12, the perfect answer for Mates to end that first half, to just strip away any sort of confidence to carry that across.
You can feel it in here, the atmosphere.
Electric.
We've said it before, we'll probably say it again throughout this event, but it truly is. Kung wanting to start with a bang already. Spots out one, and sadly there was a second. So early advantage for Mates there. Beepo going to do well to be rewarded.
Look at the trap here
on
no. C-Long.
Oh no. Good luck. Have fun. Yeah, absolutely not. Cliff, beds too. It's easy work. Mates feel like they just had the playbook in front of them. Are they? How the hell did they have them so perfect?
So again, it's a similar ethos to what they show in the first half, just catching players off guard in these situations so many times.
It's tailor-made, man. That little like crossfire on the C push-up, the catch on long with a double stack. It felt like they had more players on the map.
Yeah, you're right. It's almost like they have an extra body. Like, again, for Kung to go forward, see it, be caught so early on, it's tough to really get anything to string together here in the pistol. The buyback in going to be well invested from Gentlemates. Got a shield in. Still trying to make something work with the headhunter here. That's where Martin will start to excel, though. A scope in hand and just looking to wreak havoc on this defensive side of Haven.
See how he fares. He's currently sitting towards the bottom end of the board for Mates. I mean, he's not been called upon in the same way he's had to before.
I mean, yeah,
fine.
Could be concerning, but for me, it's just a positive to see Mates bring across form in the rest of the roster here.
Absolutely.
And still look very comfortable in terms of what their win conditions were. Starzo obviously still calling very solid mid-rounds.
Really good game here so far from him.
You almost wouldn't want to see Martin come and put up another record-breaking performance in the opening game.
Yeah, adds a bit of validity to it. As people are going to get that first real committed contact, and actually pressure off the back. They're trying to scale up, but that felt a little out of sorts there. As Mates making light work. EDG, I don't know. High hopes, I guess, was the game plan. And
yeah, Smoggy.
You got more of that, Smoggy? No. Okay, fair enough. That's
good.
All good. All good.
Thank God.
We've had a couple moments already. It's game one. Game one. 10 rounds, though, Mike. There's only so many ways we can kind of look at this one with high hopes for EDG. This is a rough start in my mind.
I mean, you come into this now a huge advantage in terms of the purchase, but it needs to be just flawless here from EDG.
Yes.
Have any sort of faith that they're going to be able to string together solid ideas to find 6 rounds on the attacking side. Again, statistically, it's not necessarily weak at either side of the coin, but the stylistic change is what we're really leaning into here versus Gentlemates. And actually, Mates actually switching things up. This is not traditionally where you see them posted on some of these defensive rounds.
No, it's a little bit curious. And maybe something that's just tailor-made, knowing what EDG like. Maybe a preference.
It's the anti-Kung.
It is, isn't it? Let's be honest. And it also makes it really hard work for CB, who's meant to be that kind of like back line. If all goes wrong with Kung, at least we've got CB who can maybe open up something. But, and yeah, look at that. Oh, God. Just don't go in the smoke. Go elsewhere. Oh. Feels like watching moments before a disaster happens.
But again, buy round, and look what's been achieved so far. It's next to nothing here. I mean, Starzo's holding down the fort with a ghost.
Okay, forced off. So humbled somewhat. Do they now pivot away? Do they want to explore this A side further? I think you would, right? You'd start maybe questioning what's going on, but CB's going to catch Martin. They're still holding by B. They haven't fully committed towards this A rotation, whereas I think Mates were maybe thinking they would have done by now.
Spike is walking mid here. Glyph again, the second ghost catches a headshot, but nobody going to shut him down. Still 5 standing. I wanted it to be flawless, and so far so good here with the plant coming in.
Yeah, this is good.
Spike planted.
EDG managing to navigate the path perfectly thus far. Let's be okay. Beepo, 1v5. Have I ever told you the story? No. 5 to 10. EDG, they've started a very long journey. They got the boots on. They're looking at the hill. They're yet to even get to the hill, but they've got the boots on.
handled here, but obviously for mates now coming back on a purchase, you expect it to be very different. You see a similar sort of approach here.
Let's go, let's go.
And EDG had to take that slowly. Again, in terms of how you want to see them approach it, I don't think we're going to see CB barreling onto sites.
No.
Oh, we might see an example here of maybe an all-in.
Oh, Martin, how far are we going on this? Because Smoggy's already slipped ahead. Okay, he's got one and he gets away. But Beepo's lost in the trade. And now the question and the challenge becomes, does EDG want to pressure this further, or do you then slow it down?
I mean, you take that trade with Smoggy being the one to fall in the early round for sure. Certainly going to make the approach to A
Feel awful.
almost unthinkable.
Well, there was CB and Kong that. They were thinking about it, getting a little closer, but backing away.
And good coverage elsewhere. It's actually Glyph and Mini both posted up to greet potentially a pivot towards B. Very shallow drone here, conscious somebody's lurked forwards here, maybe to put Chichu in a position. But Starzo, the timing on his drone.
Speaking of shallow drones, neither of them finding anything, really. And the absence of information, not really giving mates any indicator, but they've stayed put. Now, Martin could be a problem. Does he get noted on all of the util? I don't think he has yet. Okay, yeah, he's dead! Melted in a second with 30 seconds remaining. They're not going.
Chichu can't make a step here. He is stepping in garage. Yeah, Glyph's going to come forward through mid.
Does he catch this? Does he catch Glyph?
I mean, he's heard the steps for sure.
But he could be on for God timing. He's not. He turned away.
Oh.
He's just maybe paralyzed by choice almost.
And unfortunately now Kung stays way all the way through A.
They've rope-a-doped him pretty well here. Easy plant, no problems on this front. And you look, as said, where Kung's gone off to. He's deep in CT. He's got no problems in this one. And for Chichu, I don't think he caught anything on the back pedal there. But very aware someone's nearby. Gives him a haircut and takes off the head. Mini gonna follow up. EDG. All right, they're starting to get closer now. This is 4 alive.
Big wins.
I'm liking this.
Progress towards some ultimates here, but not really. Thing available for the start of round 17 and get EDG to stay able to whittle their way into a position here. Again, the catch on Martin. I'm not sure at the time. The TP was still there towards CT, I know, and they were creeping up long, but I think noted on sending the recon in. See, nobody's util identifying Martin's whereabouts.
7% view on that stage. But again,
in a different lifetime.
it does feel like a different lifetime. There wasn't a crowd, there wasn't this pressure, there wasn't this environment where things do suddenly become possible. So you've got a mid-walk, it looks like. That is what mates are just going to get this round done by. Why do I get nervous about these, though?
Well, again, nobody from EDG going to be shoulder and window here. It's Kung the closest. Nobody out grass early. CB. It's peeking now, but a big tag onto nobody.
Yeah, okay, so they're going to leave him down, but it's Kung all ready to clear through on Starzo. That was good. Glad to get some, bodies dropped out of this. Kung can't just get a connection through all the util, but Chichu in the meantime slipped. That's pretty nice, giving some space towards the C site. I think Mini, the pennies dropped, but it's too late. Too little, too late. But again, you took a risk, you took a chance. Right now, they might just take another couple bodies as Chichu has instantly secured safety.
People did a ton of damage before going down there, but still a 2v5 to be found.
Very
Make that
nice.
one.
That's 5. That's flawless.
They have such a huge cushion now in terms of this string of rounds. The ability to piece together 3 very solid responses.
But this is what the timeout was for, right? This round coming was the timeout from mates, and I'm seeing a couple of big purchases here. Mostly good at Starzo, not something I was really thinking of throughout what we saw during EMEA at least, but Operator's in.
Let us hunt.
Taking on Kung?
Yeah, I was going to say, you're almost hoping mates will sit back a little deeper here and rely on what's worked for them in terms of retakes on Haven, but going forward once more, Beefo shut down.
And it's one, oh, what? Starzo with the bailout. He got 2 out of nowhere, maybe assisted by the damage done, but Kung in the meantime's already started to work up towards B. Glyph's on a very passive angle on that A-side connector. Mini sitting super deep. Look how deep mates are sitting here.
Kung will note the trip here, so solid information. They can't lurk out into B too comfortably. And now, actually, the benefit being, Smoggy's down. There's a sight line for Starzo to post up with that operator.
I just don't know what he's like with the operator. Apparently pretty damn good. On for 3, eyeing up 4. Now drone coming in, but Kung, there's a reason he strikes fear in the hearts. It's a 2v2 now. Mini's pretty far away. Starzo wants to do some more work on this, though.
Shock darts burn up, so we can't pressure this plant. Trade out here with Mini. Again, the paranoia that Mini's actually lurked up behind EDG.
Exchange of darts. Nobody still on site. Kung behind him by quad. Maybe going to just slip up towards BT, but Kung, there's a reason you don't tussle with this man, EDG. Making it look possible now. 8 to 10, and Mate's still frozen on those double digits.
You see, they're still wanting to take the initiative at the start of this round, but Bebo just can't pin down that first kill. Yeah, the follow-up's great.
Yeah.
From Starzo, but it's just so risky. Unfortunately, EDG have been able to stick the landing in terms of some of these mid-rounds here on their attacking side. Again, with no real nuance, it's Kung catching players off weird positions. EDG aren't really having to rely on many plans.
It feels so repetitive now, trying to maybe isolate it. I think it's Smoggy who's been trying to get up towards long, scale in, and he's done really well in a couple of rounds to actually just best the opposition, but now they don't have that challenge. How do they read this? But the buy's shoddy at best. It's Ashiko. Divide there. Bebo's 1 away from ult, but not to hand. 2 away from Martin, but he's having a quiet game. And EDG starting to make it feel possible. Make me believe in something here. Flash goes in, and once again, EDG hold the line. 2 players remaining. And then they are so close, Mike. They are knocking at the door, and they've been near on flawless in so many of these rounds.
Not many kills, at all for the side of Gentlemates in some of these losses. I said it needed to be flawless to get 6 to tie things up. Now just within 1. And look at the ult starting to stack now for EDG. Like I said, they're not really relying on many plans or set pieces. They're just winning out some of these engagements that Gentlemates are, I don't want to say feeding into, but they are certainly opening up for EDG. It's like I said, it hasn't been where their successes have lay on Haven in particular. No aggression this time towards A-Long for Mates. It'll just be Martin posted up now, op in hand. Something potentially to get the ball rolling for him. Well, see Kung creeping.
That is a scary silhouette. He's close. Go through that protocol list of where to clear. Starzo on the A site. Chichu going to slip down sewer. I don't know if that Aldron's going to quite make it. It does. So information's there. In the meantime, still working other opportunities. You can see that spike slowly and cautiously heading towards C.
Mini's actually,
I like that.
Yeah, pushing further forwards here. Have the cam to play off, so he's got coverage towards Garage and Long, but plenty of bodies here, and unfortunately, nobody's still got a drone.
That is the only...
Mini's all in here.
Yeah, there's no way out. And there's the drone, and he should be dead. He still gets 1. Wildly surprising, but nobody there on the trade, and Kung's going walkabouts, man. This guy is something of just nightmares. Gonna take away Glyph, and then just slice Mates in the middle, the pit on top. Wrap it up, man. Surely this is 10-10.
It's got to be. Gentlemate's probably now discussing that very decision. Martin does have his ultimate, but it's an operator in hand for him. Mates have to give this up. Will concede the draw. And again, it's only 1 to fall from EDG. Finally investing an ultimate. Chichu's pit to secure this C site hold. Again, flawless and frugal. So they're so well equipped now for these rounds later on in the half.
Yeah, we've got like full money on nobody. Everyone just cashed in, looking great in this.
But now they can start taking some more risks if they want to.
It's up to them. I'm concerned for mates. Their lack of X factor with Martin is now going to becoming a question. He's 7-13, very quiet here. That's fine if we're still on that first half. Now, I do start putting a question mark behind it. I want to see him activate. We're seeing Kong doing this.
Well,
I want to see a star on the other side.
How many times do we see Gentlemate sitting comfortably back as with 3 on B site on the defensive side of Haven, looking to catch players like this or looking to proactive?
Quite right. Time to put up or shut up. It's 10-10. Buy on both sides. Operators in play. Ult there. This is the best round for mates to give it another go. But EDG start feeling untouchable.
Set up here, EDG again. Happy to sit back in this early default. No aggression this time around, but Beepo going to take some space behind bricks.
I'm out of here.
Another situation where Mini's not really been able to find much space on the defense.
Go, go, go.
I guess ahead of EDG finding a kill or mates feeling the pressure elsewhere. Again, approaching the minute market, EDG still yet to show their hand.
Playing very carefully, making it hard to get that beat. It's Martin who might receive the first real challenge. I think it's CB on the other side, just forced off by that smoke. He still wants in though.
What is this orb?
I don't know.
Are they expected to play into that angle as well?
I'm not really sure. Okay, so then if they're pathing towards A, it's Beepo. And he's got it. That's a good shot. 40 seconds. Tempers his pace, trying to back away. You see the trade there. CB wanted that. He's actually just hunting him down. Pops the ult. This guy wants to go wild. And he's got Beepo. Still jumping in the bit for more. Cliff, Martin finally finding something. But CB fully off the leash. Did some good damage, but maybe not enough. As there it is. Mate finally stopped the rot.
Beepo, huge kill to find, but still able to get back to site and make it difficult to EDG to scale up behind that. I think EDG probably thinking, yeah, there's max one more here on site, but this is the sort of example, mates able to throw bodies towards the site. Almost a pre-take scenario here. And finally, stop the bleed. Well, stop the bleeding. Pause momentarily.
Yeah. We'll see. They're so aware the mates have been just pressuring this time and time again, but I feel like we're seeing a little bit of a switch up now from mates. Kind of with that kind of 1-3-1, we started to expect to know a little bit more. They're going for a late mid-walk, though.
This is more like it for mates.
Yeah. This feels like what we'd come to understand, and you can see why. Chichu's beheading opens up a problem. The back line now isn't secure. They don't know about C. They don't know about Garage. They don't know about Window. So all eyes turn towards the A side.
Mini now positioned here with some util. Starzo, a late drone. Will it spot? Actually, a ton of information.
Is there anything that can tilt this back in EDG's favor? And already, mate's going to give up the site, though. This could be another pre-take. I doubt it. Looking like they're going to respect this for now. CB just making sure plants in.
Still got the cam to deal with here. Maybe some information for Gentlemates here to potentially convert this man advantage.
Flash, ult, time to go. Martin trying to set this one up. Nobody, got to be careful. It is! Martin breaking the back lines. Mini from heaven, but Kong standing guard, still holding his ground. And now it comes down to the two, the one who took his record, the one to try and go above and beyond. The defuse in play at 12 rounds made now by Martin.
The TP back up to heaven, just breaking the ankles of Kong. In the chaos there, so hard to keep track of what's going on, but Martin just always a threat with these ultimates.
God, these two.
The reposition is perfect. Kong nearly hits the adjustment
so
there, by the way.
That's a coin flip.
A big 1v1 for Martin to come out on top.
You can hear it even in the replays.
Still got their finger on the pulse.
Yeah.
A solid grasp on how they want to approach the defensive side of Haven, even though we've seen some switch-ups. Kung back on the operator. Still positioned early on here to maybe greet a member or two of mates.
Oh, here we go. Stars are going to be noted. Little exchange. This time no mid-slip. At least down towards window, there is obviously Martin's position.
All posts outside B, and EDG starting to stack bodies behind this. Martin is ahead of it though.
Ooh, Martin!
Oh, he didn't have a TP ready!
Oh, it's a fumble, it's a mistake, and it's a chance. That's all that really EDG would need, but Kung's fallen and the B-side is not secure. Smoggy with an outrageous play towards backside. Do not tell me EDG are done yet, as Beepo's options are looking rough here. A judge, a sheriff, and no teammates anymore. One body dropped.
No way he's going for this.
Yeah.
Look at the money here.
No shot.
On the side of mates, it's only 2 rounds. So Starzar and Glyph going to be struggling in terms of the follow-up purchase here. Benefit being Hunter's Fury now secured for them. And a spanner in the works from EDG. Martin, again, I didn't quite catch the timing there, but you could see almost the panic trying to send another TP out. So a total misread on the timing for EDG's pivot. And this was only on the confirmation from the drone down A long. So it should have been well equipped, really. I believe Mini and Glyph still positioned outside that C window.
Are we getting OT game 1? Map 1.
I mean, it would feel that way.
I'm not mad about it. I know exactly. Again, great work from Smoggy. I can't underestimate that, really. Kind of breaking the line so well. That's a rough mistake if it was a mistake to be making there. That's, again, suddenly...
I mean, all just heartbreaking timing for Martin. Like I said, I didn't know when that TP is expired, but he's just on an island there. And the fact that CB's shouldering it and sliding back is just insanity.
Yeah, it's a 3-play walk. We got a 3-man walk down C long, jumped for now by Chichu. Okay, he gets away pretty actually unscathed, down at 87, sure, but that's not a bad outcome.
I believe the first time they've dealt with that trip that's posted at the end of C long. It won't necessarily force EDG out of this default just yet. Hunter's Fury gets posted. No connections though. And EB come in the end, no, nothing.
They're clutching at straws, man. Double stacked up down C long, but I feel like you cleared that now. That's just part of the protocols, but EDG not going to rush their decision. They're making the right choices.
Stinger in sewers.
What do you know about that? Just you wait and see what he's up to. I mean, Stars is trying to draw eyes on him, right? But good luck, Glyph. In the meantime, Chichu's still being a nuisance and a problem, right? Can just keep these players still curious about the other side of the map. But while this happens, the A site is under threat. But felt like hesitation there.
That's an upgrade.
What do you know about Glyph in sewers with a stinger, apparently? And now it gets a bit weird. We're at 20 seconds. Have they overcooked this, or was this the right call? We got TPs coming into backside.
Mini's in the smoke.
Blood from mates. Mini on the swing, takes down Smoggy. Chichu trying to hold the site 13 seconds. They need a goddamn plant. 10 seconds. It's only CB left alive. Is this how it ends? That's how it closes down on map 1. 13 to 11. Dear God, we are going so deep in this series, aren't we?
The resilience from mates here to withstand this level of pressure. Again, just a cheeky kill here and there, but that's the end of map 1. We'll be right back with map 2 after this break.
بعد البطولة حقت سانتياغو، شفت لما تخلص بطولة سانتياغو الآن هذه اللي احنا نتابعها، بتبدأ بيلعبون الكيك اوفز او الريجن او الليج اللي تسميه الريجنات لحالهم بينهم حيلهم بينهم، ويتأهلون 3 بيلعبون ماستر في مدينة معينة او في دولة معينة، واخر شيء الشامبيون اللي له حسبة نقاط وما نقاط وتأهل وليج وكذا. فهذه أكبر 3 بطولات. يلا بسم الله، اللي ما صوت قفلنا.
Trying to make some pressure happen, but I think the door's somewhat shut in this.
يعطيكم العافية جميع اللي صوتوا. كيف الحين الماب ماب مين؟ ميت.
You're probably going to read into that sound cue now that there are two players here. Mini does find one. Chichu will fall. Good for a second though. CB to seal the deal on a second here.
Yeah, 3 Bulldogs, I think, remaining. Yeah, so they should be happy enough with that.
For mates, certainly on this attacking side here, we'll see them be decisive early on. Certainly don't want to see them shy away from some of these engagements because, like I said, Haven was kind of the story of
بين دول الاثنين
setting
mates.
EDG up to be the ones to take an advantage early on. And whilst mates have been fantastic in terms of recoveries, it's just not something you want to play into versus EDG.
ايش فيك علي؟
Heavy focus towards mid early on here for mates.
الا ما اخذ
Should
كليب.
have a good feel of where Chichu's going to set up early on here as well. See if we
Ali.
see that contact off the turret here into Art. Team going to
دقيقة.
take away some of the tools available to EDG.
شفت هذا كليب الحين اوكي؟ هذا قبل الكلام قبله ب5 دقائق في البث.
God, I was a little bit worried when he's got the spike on him and he's, I mean, not vulnerable there really, but he could get isolated and already CB comfortably picking up Mini in the end, took a little bit of damage for it, but that's fine. But Kangkang Adrift does open up a window of chance. Nobody's only got a sheriff, and that's going to be incredibly hard with people doing that. Be enough room to work now. They can scale in.
Very pacey decision here from the other side of the map to capitalize on this. Chichu now locked out of sight. The sheriff to hand. Starzo a tap on the spike will probably draw him closer in the smoke here. Martin just on the outside of it.
He's thinking about it. He was thinking about it, but again, the window of opportunity becoming very, very minimal. And not going to get much done. Full standing for mates as they make it through the first kind of hurdle that was more on their favor.
Got to be conscious here of CB. Feels as if there's some space to play into outside B, because Mini, again, yes, it's, as Wyatt said, a map where you can find a lot of space in terms of lurking, but Chichu has a solid hold on these mid doors. It's really that engagement between Mini and CB in this sort of round that can be very, very deciding in terms of forcing mates to make those pivots.
Yeah.
Basically pulling the pin out in terms of mid-rounding for Starzo.
يا اخي وجود كل جوي مع
Go again. You already noted that. B.
تشيشو مو مرة منها فايدة. يعني عادي.
Mate showing presence here early.
CB gonna have to respect that and fall away, leaving just one. And Smoggy's down, so they've actually come up with a conclusion pretty fast, and actually a solution as well. Martin going to take away CB as now the gates towards the B side. I do want to say are open,
شوف
but
السموك.
Kangkang's a little bit close.
وجيني واحد فوق يولد السموك زيك. الله يعز النعمة اللي قدامي.
Nobody. Actually, Kangkang going to find B-Po.
سمك هناك.
Kangkang's starting to build in here. He's got a fight on the backside, but Mini's won it out. That's brilliant from him. Can't double down. Chichu steps in, steps out. Nobody now in a 1v2. Both playing towards long. Look for an angle. He almost caught Martin there for a second. But man, this is a tough post plant to break. Glyph going to hopefully play to the time. He does. Really smart stuff. Mike, it feels like you read that one as well, but mates instantly wanted to correct any sort of errors there.
Bigger picture-wise, it's such a crucial round to keep EDG in check in terms of finding explorations across the map. Smoggy just caught completely blindsided by this reveal. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication there between CB because he feels the pressure as well. Yeah, crucial in terms of information available at the start of these rounds. EDG back down on pistols, but Kangkang does have his ultimate already here in round 5.
And does he get a chance to do much with it? Nobody that ambitious. As Kangkang's killed Bipo and he's gone away. And now there's 3 players here.
That's not how you'd expect that to pan out.
مو عادي مو خطر
He gets the classic kill regardless when it looks like mates have
بس طبعا التشكيلة بينهم.
And now they're clearing behind them. If CB's timing's right, if he plays it just right.
نيون شيء أكيد بس أنا إيش المشكلة لأن المتى هنا يلعبون نيون كثير. كل شيء ما تقدر توقف نيون. مجرد انفو يعني انك تحط الارمها في مكان والترت في مكان او انه في احد، لكن سايفر صح انه ما هو بلايبل بس
CB is on
شوف هاك
an absolute position. Oh my god, he gets two!
مو
The
على
dream is
بيس
still
لو ما
alive for
ذبحهم.
EDG and the map feels unsure for mates. They don't know where they want to go.
Send Martin forwards here to try and plant the seed towards B. The Glyph's going to be caught. His steps are going to be heard. Nobody's got full information here.
علم
It's
علمه.
only a classic, but that might be more.
Oh,
Okay, it's okay. Everything's okay.
لو ما جبت نوبدي يمين بالله اللي يتغلون عليك التيم
What's
كله.
going on here? Martin has just felt the walls closing in around him. Wrap this round up and forget about it if you're mates. For EDG, it's a dream come true.
اوكي. EDG فاز كيف فاز لحد
gets into
لا
a
عاد
position
يزني.
that goes
Go.
completely unchecked, and Martin will fall here. Smoggy sealing the deal on a MasterCard Thrifty.
That's nice.
ها.
That's nice. And for mates, they've got to be kicking themselves about that one.
These tendencies are already on display in these early rounds. Again, the fact he gets two. It's outrageous from CB. But again, mistake early on in the half. Now should be a reality check for Gentlemates. An adjustment in
والله
diligence.
EDG تكسك اللعنة.
Some of this mid-round calling.
Beepo.
Full W حبيبي الكومبو.
Does nothing and
يا أخي
Beepo
ميتس.
shreds them. Look at that utility.
لا
on
وكل
the
ذا فيك
assist
ترى.
towards Kangkang.
كل ذا فيك.
Took 3 of them to set that up. That's an early body dropped and a play it to the good for mates.
هذا الفيك اللي يدرس.
Well, CB has to
بس
reset to put another TP in place.
يورو ضدك واسترى انكر بي يعني
Flash out here to try and set himself up, but this is bold from CB.
CB, I don't know, man. Like, this could be the death of him, but he's been given a new lease of life. Martin looking to kind of scale around towards that CT side, get the deeper information, but the rest of his team can't make it up there. Martin comes out of the TP, finds a pocket to play from as Mini then doubles down. Sight now under scrutiny, mates making it work. 4 against 1, Chichu's gone.
It's so funny to see as well, nobody going to check that pocket in heaven behind the divide, but Martin still capitalizes. Starzo will clean up Chichu here. Again, CB a little off kilter in terms of what he wanted to do. I don't know what the actual initial plan is here. He's puts himself in a position to make a bold play.
Yeah.
Get this opener set up perfectly from Starzo and Glyph. Gentlemen, stick the landing here.
We're on the board, Patricio.
Great conversion in terms of that purchase.
Time to jump.
We have Starzo's ult here. On the other side, EDG starting to stack up. Only missing Chichu and nobody.
Chichu's close, right? 2
Yeah.
away.
Again, the purchase not really there. Let's judge about the best thing that EDG have pieced together here.
I just feel like the dust hasn't settled yet, though. So many of these rounds have so much danger to them, even in this lighter purchase. This could be the one that, you know, finally puts it into more of a standardized rhythm, but they're willing to invest ults around this, Mike. They're putting a lot to this. Kangkang takes a walk. Glyph gets noted, but Mini, I think, goes unchecked. So he might be able to keep this secure. He does. Takes away Kangkang. That's the big threat that was kind of lingering behind the ult that CB invested.
We'll have opportunity here to rotate. CB still tasked with holding down B long. Chichu will show his hand, but Beepo inserted, I don't think is noted just yet.
No, I think he's been somewhat given a lot of freedom here. I don't think he's going to hear too much until that rotation happens. And how much do they commit? Back and forthing.
And now they're trying to sell a fake on B. Beepo's not heard
والله العظيم لو يفوزون ذولا فريقهم.
Sending the spike elsewhere after feeling a little
بسمي السنة دي سنة الفلولس.
Yeah, this is still sketchy. Like, Starzo's trying to like
Fake.
posture up, right? Like, look, it's all coming this way.
وشوف
but it's
شوف
still-
فيك نوبدي ما تحرك ملي.
Nobody doesn't have to. This
والله
could be a
يقاريهم.
disaster. Let's find out. Nobody
واستغفل.
might be breaking their hearts.
سكان عاد يضرب بدي واحد بس ما
He
قصرت.
bought great time. He's made this doable.
اشتغل المولي.
Made that chunk of damage. Hurt a whole lot more.
اي بس عيش والله
Round is
العظيم.
wrapped up. Gentlemates overcomplicating this every time.
Another example, we saw some rounds on Haven
شوف
where
الاسلوب اللي قاعد يسويه ميت في الماب ما ينفع ضد اي دي جي. تدري ليه؟ اي دي جي عندهم اثنين خلني اسميهم
you said, just over.
مو دم ثقيل، في اعلى من الدم الثقيل، يعني ودي اقولها بس ما هي حلوه يعني الكلمه. المقصد انه اي دم نفط اللي هو نوبدي وعندك الاسترا مو تشيتشو الثاني استرا سموجي. دمهم ثقيل اصلا، سموجي دائما يلعب كذا وذول قاعدين يسوون. بس شوف في الباي لما يلعبون فاست خلاص.
You're not meant to win that, nobody.
Okay.
And you're going back
الله
for
العظيم
seconds.
دخلوا في الاجواء صح.
Famished, wanting to feast on those players, and now you can see the Gentlemates one more. They have to try and win somewhere in this. Eyeing up deeper, but CB's aware, man. This positioning, it's so good. Great control from EDG.
CB هذا أول مرة أشوفه. هذا اللاعب.
Okay.
طفت يلعن ابليس دمه ذا CB.
This ain't where you wanted to be. This
يا
is not how
حبيبي
you
شلون
wanted to go, but EDG styling on him now.
We'll see mates pump the brakes a little bit here. Potentially a timeout to switch things up.
ADG رجعني ADG 24. ADG لا يطلع. لا إن شاء الله. والله العظيم ما حد يتجرأ يسويها.
At least putting some numbers up early here, but necessarily amount to much in terms of successes.
ما جابش حاجة منها ما تعادي. شوف حنا فين وهو فين. ولك عبدو. تابع بس. تابع. مو الهدف انه يجيب ذبح واحد يا قلبي انت. وانك تسويها في بطولة. حركات الرانك تسويها في البطولة وتمشي على برو بلاير فيك. كان يقول لك نايف ترى نفس لما تنيف واحد تذبحه. نفسها.
Just in case anyone dares come closer. There was nobody to try and be brave. Fight forward. EDG trying to play in the cut almost there. But for now, Smoggy on a bit of an island. Kung looking for a pixel out of place.
Going to be given a chance just yet. Chichu want to lead the charge here, but isolated. It's about time to call a cancel here for EDG.
الفاس حقهم مرعب. أنا ماني عارف ليش يتفلسفون فهمت؟ مو يتفلسفون الصدق. شوف أنا بالنسبة لي أشوف إنه الفيك ما عاد صار أسلوب الفيك في البطولات. أتوقع ما صار ذاك القيمة له لأن المتى في يورو عرفت؟ خاصة بالمابات اللي مثل زي كذا تحس إنك ترميوتل في النهاية هم أصلاً بيسوون أنكر سايت وبيلعبون السايت الثاني ريتك عرفت؟ وفي يورو يتنقل. فأشوف إنه في الأتاك أكثر الأسلوب اللي يمشي أكثر اللي هو الديفولت السلو الكونتاكت عرفت؟ ليش؟ انفو جاذرينج تجمع انفو وتعرف هنا 2 هنا 3 تنتظر دقيقة شوي عشان يورو يحرق تيبياته آخر 30 ثانية 40 ثانية تسوي اكسكيوت إلا إذا لقيت كل في البداية أو عندك ألت مثلا. هذا أحس الأسلوب هو اللي يمشي فهمت؟ مو إن الفيك ما يمشي بس لذا أتوقع له ما باته بير اللي فيه يورو فجأة هنا رايح هنا وبعدين شوف اسلوب فناتك يا عراب هو الاسلوب اللي يناسب الاتاكرز اكثر بس فناتك بطيء مرة. لا بس الفكرة انك تلعب ديفولت ترمي حبتين يوتل 3 تستوعب الماب فين اغاض كل جوي الحين انا كاتاك فين اغاض كل جوي فهمت؟ ابغى افهم بس لان اغاض كل جوي اذا موجودة مثلا مدور معناته المدور كلير الطبيعي زي ما انت شايف في الماب الحين. كان مسك اوب. وش مع اوب فور كان ترى افضل اوبر يعني في مو لا اقصد اسلوب الاوب حقه يلعب فيه كانه اوب كوتشته يلعب اتاك بعد.
Nobody again, just tucked in. Happy to play that position. Smoggy caught off guard, but still wins it.
Yeah, and it feels like nobody's just that, if anything goes wrong, here's our fail-safe. He's going to be on the site. Yep, Smoggy goes down, but how do you clear nobody?
هذا قاعد
Cliff would need to go nuclear here, and look at the just creeping down.
I saw him!
That's a barrel! That's a barrel and a body! Hold on!
معك 4
Game
ستارات.
back on, he's feeling it!
أوه.
Oh, Chichu!
بس ليش الالتي؟
That's gutting, man!
والله العظيم استرا كان يقدر يسويها. لان استرا انا
As he
تحمس.
considers the divide.
Just as it became almost possible.
Heartbreak for Glyph there in a situation that
وات
Gods when it
ثاني
sounded,
تحسها
he was
ما جت.
insane in terms of clutches back in EMEA.
Oh, Chichu.
هلا تونا يعطيك العافيه على الاشتراك.
It's tough to see the divide go off as well.
يضبط راسه بوقت غلط
Especially because
الاسترا.
we know what the investment of the divide there is a chance for the coaching staff to say, guys, take a breath, don't panic, let's stick to what we've rehearsed over and over again. There's only 2 rounds separating these teams. It's still a very close affair. That's not to say that Martin's ult is all but nullified here by losing the divide, but it is something that mates have refined within some of their set pieces.
2 players. 2 targets, but gets caught on the Prowler. Hunter's Fury going to go through. Nobody going to give him a way out of that. Going to find anything else down B long.
Very preemptive. Big tool removed here, so an early win for mates in round 11. Not necessarily figured out the switch up here, certainly in terms of Chichu's utility, and CB now. Oh, not going to spot this out because it's sent through ARP.
Okay, let's see how this goes. Nobody going to catch a cross. Chichu just spins around on the dime, becomes a turret himself. But mates aren't done yet. They've still found a way through ARP. CB back to the wall, gets broken, and now we're in a 3v2. Kung and Smoggy carefully close. The plant's in.
Smoggy's got to be the one to find the opener here. In this retake, he's going to be challenged here, and Glyph sharp to it. He's having a fantastic map so far. And a crucial kill, effectively sealing the deal here. Kung has to hold on to the operator once more. Again, the funds have started to dwindle for EDG. Smoggy sitting at 2,100, Chichu 3,600, but elsewhere, this buy is going to sting in round 12.
It is great news to see Glyph bounce back like that. After having probably a bit of an awkward round, right? The ult coming in, even though I'm more than happy if he feels there's a chance to win it, go for it, but still, instantly just wipes the slate clean now.
Seeing Glyph clutch the rounds he did in EMEA, I'm fine with him trying
Not
that.
a problem, yep. As stands though, Kung
يلا
looking like
ايش
he's
صار؟
going to keep this
Good
operator.
half.
And for mates
6-5.
though, a bit of a lifeline it felt like.
معليش.
Now it feels a bit more consistent that they're keeping up into this. Just kind of this back and forth affair. It was a little bit messy at times. Chichu, I mean,
That is
can't
wild.
say he didn't try.
That is
Bloody
wild for Chichu to get to.
went down swinging.
CB unfortunately just in a very committed position earlier on, obviously outside A, and the best he can do is get himself into a corner just ahead of default, but
هو لا ما في شيء ما
short
في
massively. And the buy is broken here.
Full
for
W.
EDG. CB on the walkabout though.
Yeah, we've seen CB get this close before, and well, it's a 1-for-1 trade out.
وات البجاحة.
I'm
وذبح مين؟ ذبح
so
النيون.
much done, but no
صراحة
sound
الانتري حقهم
still
صعب
is
الحين.
tough, and I think he's going to be noted on the Prowler at bare minimum. He is. It is a massacre. Just
بس جابوهم لقطوهم واحد.
B site is there.
They have folded again on this.
يا
B
حبيبي
side
جاه
hold.
بول وجاه فلاش وجاه ديكوي.
Striking while the iron is hot.
مو بصعب.
Chichu gonna swing onto a double angle here, Glyph, to find the headshot.
You ain't saving anymore. Time to fight forward. Try and turn what feels like insurmountable odds, and they are, gentle mates.
Good half.
Tying up the
ويطلق على البادي
scoreline
بعد.
at 6-6.
طيب الهاف.
Great resilience.
بيجيكم إعلان خفيف حق الهاف يا عيال ها.
They're not done yet. Got a highlight as well. Glyph for me. What a lovely upswing from here in map 2.
عليكم السلام
Quiet to
ورحمة.
map 1
فدر
for sure,
حبيبي.
but like I said, the mates have relied on him time and time again in these clutches and putting up big numbers here.
هلا
in the first
وسهلا،
half
ارحب، يلا
defensively.
حيا.
But we'll be right back after this break with the
بعدين ليش
second
غيرت
half
اسمك؟
of
سميتها مون لايت.
Right, figure out where he is, go somewhere else, and unfortunately, seen CB, yes, find some kills in some of the more unorthodox rounds, but
يا أخي EDG غريب.
really EDG
يا أخي تشاينا غريب.
sealed the deal on
EDG
comfortable
يعاني هناك
side
في تشاينا.
in terms of him being the anchor towards A, for example.
واكثر تيم يبدع
just
برا
falling
هو.
short.
شاهين جاهز.
Curious to see what the approach here for Gentlemates will be on the defense. Because, like I said, there were so many examples on Haven of straying away from some of the comfortable macro that they'd employed.
خلينا نشوف الاتاك حق EDG كيف بيكون.
Pistol round here.
كل جوي
Deep on art.
في الاتاك احسن من سايفر مليون مره. تلعب فيها بوست تقدر تلغك ولا تحقها في ايدك تيم ايزي انتري سايت ولا لك داون.
Timing, he just goes walking forward, but still with a reward, he takes the TP out, and Beepo is going to then fall away as well. Next reaction, chain reaction, the walk through from door, back line, going to cause the eyes to turn, as Smoggy tries to make sure they're warded away.
Yeah, catch actually onto many
كان كمات.
doors, so
والاي كنترول عندهم. المد مسحوب عليه. يا اخي ذا الماب بيغل والله العظيم، حتى شوف حتى البرو بلايرز نادر ما يستغل المد. المد دور والارت يخوف. حتى الديفندرز.
Two players in the smoke currently. That's a really wild position from Glyph. Does manage to catch nobody, but Mini's surely dead. He is. EDG. They've got a pathway forward, and Chichu is in a mad spot as well.
شوف كل جوي.
He's going to hear all of this, surely. One's coming in. Beepo's close, though. But surely you wait for everyone else. But now the flank's coming in. I see a turn of eyes from Starzo.
Starzo
just
exactly.
Something doesn't feel right there.
اوه يا التايمينج. يوه يا التايمينج. شباب يلعبوا تايم. EDG بلاي تايم. EDG مهم يلعب تايم بس. هافن ولا بروح تحت.
With Smoggy, has to keep the attention here, keep the eyes turned, keep them busy for a couple more seconds. Smoggy just watching for the flank as Beepo's going to find CB. Where is Chichu in this? Finally gets here. The plant's not exactly ideal to try and defend, but suddenly
يا سلام!
and sends two to their grave.
اضمن البستون تشيتشو.
Picking up round one in the second half.
Chichu just spends an eternity behind Gentlemates here. Again, initially when people are
الجمهور مع EDG ولا ايش؟
Gentlemates are going to find themselves a comfortable, at least half defuse here. Chichu with the first freebie in it. I mean, Starzo has nothing to do in this situation. After checking so many times. The back of CB and Chichu, a pistol round delivered here for EDG in the second half. Certainly what I want to see from CB to open up the second half here.
Yeah, more of that, please.
الاي كنترول مصيبه، الاي كنترول هذا ما بهم، واسلوب لعبهم في الديفنت ميت اي كنترول. ثاني راوند، هل بالايكو بس بيسوون ذي الحركه؟ سايفر فول سيت اب بي البي. انا ابغى اشوف EDG يستغلون المد، كيف ماني عارف. الحين ما في شيء مميز. وترى كل جوي ترى بس فكرة ترى كل جوي انه يشوف كذا، عرفت؟ يعني عادي انه يطلع احد من الديفندر ميت يوصل هنا يوصل هنا عادي. بس الفكرة انه اذا طلع من المدور ولا من الارت بيجي فلانك او بيروح الشوب ينقفط من الترت. تشيتشو مات.
Mini, do you get one? Oh my god, Mini, no way. Oh, he's still got one, hold on.
الحمد لله الحمد لله.
This is not another round 2 flip, is it? It's a 4v3. They don't quite have the spike on the site yet.
Kankang's going to be so late to this.
Nobody just wants to try and secure the plant, trying to at least keep the site safe, but it's so risky at this point. Spikes on, smokes are up.
لا اقصد انه هو بيست اب فل في السايت، يعني الاسلوب حقهم انه سايفر فل بي كامل تشوف المدور.
Try and get involved right about now. Sacrificial Beepo allows for the trade. Kung, Smoggy, can you save the day now? A 1v2, and oh my god, we've been here before.
Monty's holding!
He's watching, shouldering. Kung's got his work cut out now here. Problems to try and overcome. 2 to be precise. Starzo 1, Martin the other! He's got him dead! Another turnaround in round 2.
فلولس على فلولس على فلولس.
In terms of
دودة كان يمديه يرجع ويسمع تابي بيكا بس قال
able to maintain composure. You get a crucial catch from Glyph there.
لو اخذ كفر.
EDG just scrambling to hold down to this post plant.
شوف السيت اب الحين.
The bait and switch is perfect from Mates.
شوف ميتس الحين في الباي بياخذون كنترول اي ولا لا؟
Round 2 fumble
ابغى اشوف كيف لانهم مختارين ذا الماب كيف بيلعبون.
But the scoreline is 7-7.
سايفر فل مع كام ميد.
Mates, I gotta say,
لا
back in the
سايفر
driving seat.
فل سيت اب.
These are mentality
بس ترب الثاني.
killers, those sort of losses, those sort of fumbles. EDG gonna try and
EDG راح يفل.
course correct, make
واو كأنه لقط جبهته مع السلايد.
Oh, you'll get a couple more of
اللي
those.
ايه
There is
لو
no
مع فاندل
access
ما
over
ذبح اثنين.
here. A site is staying, mates. Smoggy and Chichu.
من الحين
You
علمك.
got much to say about the matter?
Chichu still
على
looking
يلا
to do
حقيقة.
damage here. Rifle in hand for him.
اهلين وسهلين.
But with Cliff finding Smoggy here. Spike secured and Martin
جابه بدي.
nearly snapped.
والله.
He did actually connect.
Wait,
Well, yeah, 30 HP on Chichu.
what did he see? Give me that. Andy, if you're there, slow-mo that. What did he see? Because I didn't
لا
see
لا
it,
شاف.
but I'm also old. Chichu, 30 HP. I think it's time to
يده
bow out of this
يمكن
round if
أو
you,
ركبته والله ما أدري
can. Good luck. Time to have a talk, potentially, because I think we kind of noted it in Gym, just that previous round. The issue is that EDG have got to be kicking themselves in some way, shape, or form. The amount of rounds that they'll lose to maybe an ecoed upside or not checking a corner here or there, these small little errors, they've got to weigh heavy.
30 seconds
Again,
left.
situation where you're seeing Kung lurking
I
on the
don't
round
like
2
that.
with the Bulldog.
Yep.
It's a little bizarre. Certainly with the sort of player he is. Really want him to be taking the fight to gentle mates.
اوكي سيف.
Again,
10
Writer offers an
seconds left.
anomaly.
Yep.
Chichu obviously, well, still fairly comfortable here. CB's
العب ريزنت ايفل 9 انا ما قد
struggling
لعبت ريزنت
financially
ايفل
alongside
واحد.
EDG, but
يعني مو
when you
الجزء
see him
الاول لا
trying
اقصد
to
ما قد
create
لعبت
some
ريزنت
sort of
ايفل
pressure
ولا
to
واحد
your
قد
feet
لعبت من
in
اجزاء
certain
ريزنت ايفل
rounds.
كلها.
Is everyone's tech still working?
طب على
Certainly an
9
opportunity
طب
for
قول العب
EDG
واحد
to
ولا اثنين
explore the map in this round now. A little bit of a better understanding. Basically, he's walking into the blender here. The flash not even catching.
اجل ما عشت. ما عليه بنعيش ان شاء الله بعدين.
But he's quick. Oof. Now, 7-8. No timeouts, nothing yet. Happy enough to roll the dice on this one. Stinger in hand, though, for nobody. You noted there was a little bit of a gap in some of the finances. Posted up down B long. You have that outlaw with Martin. A lot of big shields, though, so not going to have quite the same
اشتغل
efficacy.
جاهزة.
Well, unless he lands a shot. Not going to happen. CB going to power forward with 10 HP. Power forward nevertheless.
Still a mini here. The setup to play around. EDG not looking to leapfrog off the back of that. Still now, Starzo caught, just drifting. Chichu will punish, but Ibu. Now, again, big information for EDG, showing to the alarm bot here as well.
خلاص اي دي جي عارفين انهم هم يدرون انه مو باي وانه في احتمال
Poised
ستاك
outside B.
او انه اثنين في البي. بس كيف؟
He has been good, but how much play do you get in this corner? I'm not thinking a great deal.
ايش الشيء اللي تنتظرونه؟
Utility starting to be
Reveal.
cleared. Still has a bit to play with. Now drone going to come through, and there he is. And he's still got two! Mini holding the line, making something out of what felt like nothing. And this is where you're getting frustrated with that utility. They showed it, the scaling, the timing, a little bit off.
Chichu now making moves, but now
You
mate's
can
got a
joy
comfortable
Chichu.
period of time here to check their backs. Nobody just trying to posture up here. Puff at the chest, and
حلوة.
Chichu will strike.
تدرون انه
How's
واحد
Chichu
يسار.
getting away with this though, down to a 2v2.
Ah.
Thankfully, Mini's still alive.
I mean, just bizarre timing here. The drone comes through.
لانك انت متعود يا سفاح، انت متعود على سايفر الاول اللي تلعب على ترباته صح؟ يطيح في الترب اشغل كيج. خلاص انسى سايفر ذاك. اعتبره شخصيه جديده، اعتبر سايفر الجديد تشامبر. بدل يكون عندك الارم عندك الارمين. والله هم اني عندك كم تفتحها وتقفلها تشوف. هذا هو تغير. فهمت؟ تربات مو قبل تلعب على الترب كانها الارم. تحط واحد من الدور، تحط واحد ارت، تحط واحد عندك مع جيك فلانك، بس انه انفو انه اوه مروا من هنا. فهمت؟ مو فكرة انك تلعب على انه يجي يطلع ريفيل دو، لا هذه فكرتها. اعتمد على ايمك بسايفر، الكام انفو. يعني والله يعني سايفر يقدر في ماب بيرلي يقدر يسوي 3 اشياء، يحط لك ترب في البي وترب في اللينك، ها؟ ولا كام في ذا ويحط لك ترب ثاني في اي مكان وهو رايح للسايت حقه، ولا يلعب يحط ترب في الهول. هذه فكرة سايفر. ما هو بأو بي مثل قبل. ايه بس المتا كلها ضعف، مو بس سايفر، اغلب المتا خلينا نقول. فهم في ليفل واحد بس الناس ما تقبلت الشيء اللي سووه في سايفر، عشان كذا سحبوا عليه.
Yeah, they have no idea. Chichu's going to take away Beepo. This is now going to get deadly. EDG turning things around on its head.
Wow.
And Glyph is looking like he wants to evacuate.
Let's go forwards here in the anti-eco. Again, situations we saw on Haven giving them these engagements that you don't want to give EDG. Tide will go up there. Martin actually gets ahead of it. Nobody will fall.
Oh, look at Audacious now. They're trying to fight back in this mini. Still around backside. Still trying to work his way through. Divide now drop. They're trying to clear back on this.
Well, no plant while the divide's up.
Yeah. Oh. This all gets a bit sketchy. Glyph dives back in. It's all on CB in a 1v2. He's got to be the hero with 18 HP and Martin sitting pretty. Time on his side. CB's got to make the moves. He's got to get the spike, plant the spike. He's got so much work in front of him.
Martin playing this to perfection here might be rewarded. Will do. Shuts down CB.
How have they saved that round?
It's just wild. Another situation. The disadvantage created early on. And mates just sweep the site. A crucial kill from Martin. Like I said, not getting the plant during this divide on effectively an eco round, right?
Felt like a lost round at that point. But again, Glyph, though, so present as well. Martin denies it. Glyph then plays off the pillar. Really nice to see. Making up for what could have been a real heartbreaker.
السايفر تضمن انك تستفيد منه. التكل جوي برضه.
Hello, you're pushing spawn. Yeah, turn the screws, make it hurt. Make this stage your own. As Kung, Nobody and Smoggy got to try and fight their way forward, and they've had some issues with the scaling on B. They've had some problems with the utility. Mini this time now armed with something a little bit different, but Martin, death from above, gives Kung a quick
لازم
grave.
تايم اوت.
There's Nobody and Smoggy. Call it quits. It's above a minute still.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be so awkward if they can't hold on to. Again, the buy is not going to be there. Kung won a very from ultimate. Chichu got the lockdown, but not necessarily things that are going to heavily offset the purchase itself. Mate's sitting so pretty in terms of this old cycle as well. Just missing 1 point from Beepo.
استعملوا واحد بس، لا ما استعملوا اثنين يا جمال.
Chichu as well. You can see the confidence to dig that deep outside A after not feeling much pressure and just throwing out another B site execute that's feels a little mismanaged on the way in.
Seconds left.
And these seconds feel like a lifetime here for them as well, just kind of sitting with it, right? You're starting to go, okay, that's 11. They've got a good buy. They've got basically every single ult known to man. And we don't have a solution. We've hit a brick wall that we can't seem to get around, get over, or get through. What are we meant to do at this point? And I feel like they haven't had the bailouts that they've had before of Kung or CB. CB's been fine. Everyone's been fine. But fine's not good enough when everything else isn't working. I think EDG are going to watch this one back in several rounds and be kicking themselves.
You've got to expect, especially in this next round, for them to try and fight one of these orbs. You're not going to want to see 3, potentially 4 weapons brought in here. It just doesn't feel feasible. I mean, looking at where the buy is going to settle. There'll be Nobody and Chichu with pistols potentially.
I don't think he's quite that, but he's not going to be your headline star on this roster. But right now he's having great performances. Now we go back through. Starzo on the operator, a little curious, but also somewhat maybe subverting
نشوف ايش بيسوون
expectations.
بعد التايم اوت. الو بحول.
His presence here for EDG.
الو بحول حركة ذكية والله.
Anticipation.
سايفر حول حركة ذكية.
Like I said, Mini moving his setup here is what's most indicative.
So telling, isn't it?
I must wait a moment.
They will be splitting the site though, so Mates aren't going to have a comfy fight one way or the other.
No, and you can feel how heavy these steps are landing towards site. It doesn't feel comfortable. The information's there, the utility's there, the bodies are there, but they're getting no breakthrough. Chichu wants to put the ult down, give him maybe a way to work in, but this is not ideal. And look at Mini. Oh, speak about confidence. This man is audacious in how they're working this. Zero fear, zero respect, and zero kills for EDG. Smoggy, what are you meant to do? Try and run and hide. That's the best you're going to hope for here.
سموكي يسويها
With
ترى.
4 players holding this corner. He's giving it a go,
سموكي
Mike,
من
for 25
لعيبة
seconds.
تجي لكلتش.
God, so many angles to worry about here. Again, mates have the money to throw in. Martin with a 3K to find number 12.
نسلم.
And your eyes are drawn back to the bankroll here of EDG. Hunter's Fury available for nobody, and we're talking about Kung Kung's ultimate as well previously.
تمام ماهر.
The lockdown just nets them. Well, it's net zero basically. They have a comfortable position
Sky, let's go one more.
all the way behind A site, and EDG barely scratching the surface here. Look at that string of rounds now. Got a pace here from Kung Kung, but fortunately, Beepo posted up deep with an op now.
And they're starting to get
شوف.
more and more in their face. Being
سايفر فرصة البي مخلين البي.
Beepo going
ومرة
deeper,
سايفر.
pinning Kung Kung to the ground as
أقسم بالله لو بعد
Martin
دبل.
gonna find another. It's looking all too simple, all too easy.
This default is just spread so wide. There's no contingency if they don't win these opening
ما
duels.
شفتهم ولا مرة يلعبون من الدور. ولا مرة.
CB now trying to find something.
مرة مو
back into
بمابهم
ours, nobody
EDG.
considering double doors. Chichu again trying to posture up a little bit towards B, but there's going to be no threat behind this. Look at the hold on A that they'll be walking into.
God, it's a chokehold. You can't. You just can't go there. But B feels fraught with danger as well.
شوف كيف المسكة.
Nothing feeling
شوفوا كيف
simple.
توزيع الماب.
The map feeling small and inaccessible.
اصلا اللي فلي ينتظرون احد يدخل من اللينك من الارت. وهو الليون يشوف اليمين. والكام حقت السايفر انكسرت بس في البي ريتيك.
to just wait out this plant.
ليش عندهم يورو الت عندهم استرالت عندهم نيون
Rehearsed, it's drilled from Gentlemates. They've got
لازم
the
EDG
bodies
يلعبون
to
اقرا
back it
شوي.
up.
بعدين بلاند ديب لازم يلعبون اقرا.
Has Hunter's Fury, but what are you meant to do with it there? CB standing guard, standing, shouldering this up if he can. Nobody trying to support him. Ult's now coming down. CB looking for an easier target and finding nothing. It's Mini. Martin to shut this down. Holding their own under the bright lights. It's
كلين.
Santiago.
الله كلين.
Gentlemates crush EDG.
يلا نسلم النقاط.
Massive win here to open up their run.